days of going to the cinema to watch a movie, I never thought I'd come out from one with such a horrible taste in my mouth. And I've seen The Human Centipede.
Is it chickeny?
Without doubt, this is the worst film I have ever seen, and not because of the horrible CGI and the stupid storyline in this fucking disaster. It's because you are left with Phoebe Waller-Bridge and a broken Indiana Jones. And I'm sorry, but I just don't want to watch some gangly twat on my screen or a geriatric Indiana.
Fuck off.
I was so fucking angry when I came out of that cinema, and that surprised me because I went into it expecting it to be bad. But Christ, I was not expecting that. I generally write down about 15 to 25 notes through the course of a film, but on this one I couldn't keep up. I literally spent half the time writing stuff down than actually looking up and watching what was going on. I ended up writing down over 64 notes.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Everyone talks about the first 20 minutes of it feeling like Indiana Jones, and I don't really agree. I think John Jones described it as a bit of a zombie, but I'd say it's more like Frankenstein's monster. It looked like Indy, but was very much a bad fake, like a Faxi Smile copy that had no heart or soul. So because I'm so pissed off with this, I'm going to do something a bit different today, and I'm going to go through my notes and explain those instead of what I normally do. Mocap looked a bit like a game. When you see the de-aged Indiana, you're first taken aback and think, oh, actually they've done a good job here. But as soon as he starts moving and opening his mouth, you can see it's not that great. Plus it looks like they've upped the contrast on his face to try and hide it, and it just ends up looking like a PS5 game. Nobody saw the body on the floor as Nazis got in the car. There is a scene where Indy punches a driver and throws him out of the car and he gets in, but just then Nazi generals get into the back of the car as well, on the same side that he's just knocked someone out and pulled them out of the car. So there should be a body there, and yet nobody noticed this. Why doesn't anyone just shoot him? There are countless times in the first 20 minutes where nobody shoots Indiana. They see him as a spy, so they want to kill him. They actually do try and kill him. They try and hang him. But when we get past that scene, nobody ever pulls their gun out. Or there's another stupid scene where he's on a train and they're chasing him, and he stops them by wedging the carriage door shut, which is all well and good, except these doors have glass in them. Just fucking shoot through the glass. I mean, Christ, honestly, I've never wanted Indy to be shot so much in my fucking life. What? What the fuck? Who is this sad old man who lives in a shitty flat, is an alcoholic, and is getting divorced? Not my Indy. I don't think I need to explain that one. Everyone is bored in his lesson. Even he's bored of his own voice. Indy had always captured the minds of his audiences in his classes, but here we just see kids bored because their lecturer is just a washed up fucktard.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph and the wee donkey, can we just move this thing along before it drives us all round the bloody bend?
Phoebe Waller-Bridge is a and I've just seen her face.
The fucking hell are you, you great gangly fuck-knuckled twat, greasy-head cuntbag? Fuck you!
No explanation needed there.
Goddamn right.
Race baiting straight off the bat for no fucking reason with a black service worker in the hotel. There's a scene where Voller is basically telling a black American that he didn't win the war, and then looking him up and down says to him, "Do you feel like you've won?"
Are you serious?
Fuck off, Disney. Dislike this woman already. Nailed it when she said she wanted to be famous. Phoebe Waller-Bridge's character, Helena, tells Indy she wants to be famous. That's her motivation. Well, there's definitely some truth in life there, that's for sure. Runs like she's shit herself. No explanation needed. Her stunt double did a lot of work. She's clearly very fragile. Phoebe Waller-Bridge isn't built for action. She's gangly and fucking awkward. Horse chase was ridiculous. Yeah, this just felt stupid. Mixed it in with bad CGI and it's actually quite painful to watch. This has no heart. This film has no heart, no joy, no soul, no laughter, no redeeming qualities.
That is one big pile of shit.
Here's a plot device to send Indy on the next mission. His good friend Saul, that had a good life in Egypt, has moved to America to a shithole flat with all of his family. You blatantly know they've done this just for member berries, and he's there, like I said, as a plot device to tell Indy where to go on his next part of his adventure. Again, it just felt heartless. Begrudge paying to watch this. Fucking right I did, but I did enjoy the olives, vegetable crisps and coated peanuts that I got when I sat down to watch it.
His finger looking good.
How did he get on a plane if he was a wanted man? Not sure how Indy gets on this plane when he's a wanted fugitive and has had his face plastered all over the TV. It just seems like stupid fucking writing there. He looks like a man out of time with his clothing. Yes, Indy 20 years later, wearing his iconic hat, coat and carrying a whip is very much out of place wherever he goes, and I've got to be honest, it looked fucking stupid, especially as the guy is 80 wearing a fucking cowboy hat and leather coat. I fucking hate this character. Arrogant cunt.
The fucking hell are you, you great gangly fuck-knuckled twat, greasy-head cuntbag. Fuck you.
No explanation needed. I don't need morality from an aging grave robber.
What? What the fuck?
How fucking dare they speak about Indy like this? The writers actually fucking hate the character. He did everything he could to save humanity from the Nazis in the first and third films. He saved an Indian village in the second film. I mean, the two questionable things would be the talisman steal from one, which he gave to a museum, and a diamond in a Temple of Doom, which he loses. But, you know, he only stole it from the Triads anyway. Disrespecting India at any given opportunity. Phoebe Waller-Bridge's character does nothing but chastise Indy all through this for being old and useless, and he doesn't really stand up to it either, which just made him seem kind of pathetic. Why don't they kill him on the boat? Again, there's lots of times to kill Indiana, especially as Phoebe Waller-Bridge tells the Nazis that she can find the MacGuffin, so Indy's just worthless at that point, so why do they not just kill him? This kid is an awful actor. Her short round, who could do anything, wasn't exactly annoying, he was just a bad actor, and kind of hard to understand at times. Oh, and he killed a man, which I don't quite agree with. You can't immerse yourself into this because it's impossible to believe Indy could do anything other than make it up a flight of stairs without shitting his pants. Indy is running, climbing, jumping, driving, making split-second decisions. Everything a young man in his 30s would do. However, Indy isn't 30, he's fucking 70 with a bad hip. How the fuck do they get him back to the cars when part of that route is a fucking steep climb? Indy gets shot, and they have to take him back out of this elaborate cave, which includes a very steep climb up a rock face, and yet they manage it without him dying on them by bleeding out. Are we supposed to have forgotten how difficult it was to fucking get up there in the first place? It's like the writers want you to forget these things, because they're writing themselves into fucking little alleys that they can't get out of. You're German, Voller. Don't try and be funny. What kind of fucking line is that? Again, absolute gobshite writing here. What kind of a line is even that?
What the hell is even that?
I swear they used the sound of Millennium Falcon when going through a fissure. That's what it sounded like to me anyway. She was happy for him to die in the film. Now she can't bear to lose him. This 180 turnaround for me must be one of their reshoots in the film because she's been a twat throughout it and now she's acting like she cares about him. Time fissures. What the fuck? Ridiculous. What, this MacGuffin can tell you where a time fissure is? If that's the case, why aren't time fissures everywhere around us if this MacGuffin is only something to direct us? Again, it's just fucking wanky fucking writing. And there you have it. Most of my notes on this god-awful mess of a movie. I always said there was only 3 indie films and I still stand by that. This will be lost to the ages and forgotten about, and we'll be lucky if it hits $400 million. Bear in mind it cost $300 million to make, so for them to make money, you first got to double that number, because you've got to take into account the cinema's cut, which is roughly 50%. So now, not only do they have to make back $300 million, they actually have to make back $600 million. But wait, there's more. The marketing costs on these films nowadays is fucking ridiculous. To the point it's almost half of the budget of the film. So if we go by that, that's another $150 million on top of that already $600 million. So to break even on this film, not even to make any money, but just to break even, they have to make $750 million globally. And I've got to be honest, this film ain't going to get anywhere near that. They'll be lucky to hit 400. And if Kathleen Kennedy doesn't go after this, then she must be fucking Satan herself. She has tanked Star Wars to the point nobody even cares about it anymore. And this will be a fucking gigantic flop too. So she can either suck a golf ball through a hosepipe, or she knows where those bodies are hidden in Hollywood. Didn't care much for the performances either on this. Everyone did enough to make it passable. Harrison slips into this role like you and I would slip down a flight of stairs. However, this wasn't our indie. Don't go and see this movie. It's dog shit.